So our next presentation will be Shaunak Roy of Yellowdig. So I'm going to read a little bit about Yellowdig. Shaunak can introduce himself. Yellowdig is a social engagement platform built for professors to help them increase students' knowledge of current affairs related to coursework, increase classroom engagement, and collaboration. The tool is currently being used by several universities, including Wharton, Columbia, NYU, Temple, and professors from 20 plus other universities. Shaunak Roy.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I think I have 8 slides, so you probably will ignore that if it's kind of moving at pace. So I am the founder and CEO of Yellowdig, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of what Yellowdig is, and then maybe kind of get some ideas from you guys, or you can probably give me some feedback. There was a recent survey in 2013 that almost 40% of professors are using social tools in the classroom. I think we talked about Harrisburg University, students are uploading videos, and these kind of things are happening all over. Like they're using Twitter, Facebook, wikis, and many other things. When we looked at that, what I was thinking is that, hey, look at that, that's a growing trend. So if you're using a Facebook for your class, all your data is going to be in Facebook, right? And try searching that. It's going to be very difficult. So if you're using Facebook, Twitter, wikis, it's all over. It's get diffused. And think of a university, it kind of, if you're like a CIO of a university, you're kind of thinking that all my professors are using these new tools which are out there, and how do I kind of get, kind of put everything in the same place? So we kind of developed Yellowdig. If you go to the next slide. So what it is that it's a social layer which sits on top of a learning management system. So imagine, Blackboard or Canvas or all those kind of tools which are out there, which are great for student data and kind of, managing classroom processes. What we focus on is a layer on top, which is almost like Facebook. However, it's customized for a classroom. So it's meant in a way so that a professor, they will set up a class board for the classroom, and students can pin whatever they want. It could be a video, it could be a website, it could be documents, and they actually engage around it. And that's how the platform works, and it can help you in a variety of use cases. You can do flipped classroom in that, you can do online classrooms are using it. You can actually do multidisciplinary knowledge from a variety of sources. And we are doing a lot of reporting and analytics around it. So essentially as a professor, you can, if you're teaching, you can see where are your students most engaged. What are they viewing? Which video are they viewing? Who is communicating with that? Whom? Who are the people who are not actually engaging in a classroom? We do that, and that's what I think what the value we do, as opposed to a Facebook in a classroom. The key drivers, as we talked about it, rapid growth in digital content. I think we all know that videos, wikis, everything else is growing on an exponential pace every year. So and that's all going to be in the classroom, right? I mean, if you're kind of teaching a lecture on entrepreneurship, I'm sure your students are finding good articles, videos on that topic and sharing with each other. Why not actually bring that into a classroom and engage around it? Flipped classroom is on the rise, growth in blended online classes, traditional siloed approach to education. So in our platform, it's a platform for the university so that you can actually go and follow multiple classes. Some classes could be invite only, some classes could be open, so you can go in and the professor decides whether it's going to be invite only or open. So it actually kind of enables multidisciplinary learning. And there are ways you can also engage in the class. Once the class is over, you can still follow the class board, engage with the current student. And these are the options that we provide to the university who are using this slide. Maybe I quickly play. Can you just try click on this thing in this place?
The one on the left here?
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
students and in student communications with one another as well. The single biggest value of Yellowdig has been in streamlining my communication with students and in student communications with one another as well. I used to often receive emails from students where they would share an article in the popular press that relates to in-class discussions. So we would talk about the tech industry and something would happen that's of interest, like an acquisition, and they would share an email about that. But now with Yellowdig, essentially I have a situation where anytime there's anything that happens in the real world that relates to the course, like Facebook acquiring Oculus, a student pins an article on that topic, it automatically gets shared with all the other students. So it really minimizes my work in sharing that information with the others, so much so that this year I did not have a single blog post that I did on the course blog, and instead all the dissemination of information outside the classroom happened through Yellowdig. One of the interesting things that happened through Yellowdig was that a lot of students started pinning articles about Facebook's acquisition of Oculus, and there were a lot of comments that were posted on these articles as well. When I noticed the significant broad interest in the acquisition, I ended up setting aside a significant chunk of the class to discuss the acquisition because there was a lot of activity on Yellowdig. And then I noticed in the in-class discussion that there was a lot of interest among the students to understand what exactly is virtual reality and where exactly is this headed. And then we changed our course schedule and created a completely new lecture on virtual reality. And that happened because of feedback that emerged from Yellowdig.
Great, so hopefully this gives you a flavor how Yellowdig actually enables learning in a classroom. Two other things I want to quickly mention. One is our business model is freemium. So if you just go to yellowdig.com, you can sign up, create a network for your university. Every university has a private network on Yellowdig based on the email domain, and actually create a class and start using it. But our model is freemium, so if we do pilots, if you like it, you can keep on using it for free. But we do sell a premium license to the university, which you get a variety of things, including reporting and analytics, administration, as well as integration with learning management systems like Blackboard, Canvas, Moodle, or whatever you're using. These are some of the comments from students who have been using it in various universities. And one last thing I want to mention, just to kind of sit on the slide, the amount of engagement we see on these platforms are quite high actually. We see on an average around 20 to 30% of the students are actually actively participating, which is what our key focus is engagement. We do some gamification, there are points, badges, and things like that we do to make things happen. One last thing, we've just launched a professor influencer network. So some of the professors we're inviting as influencers who can be followed across universities. So there are professors from Wharton, NYU, Columbia who are actually influencers. If you join Yellowdig, you can follow them and see what they're sharing. Thank you very much.